This has been a phenomenal weekend meteorologically, just watching the evolution of this powerful hurricane. Hurricane Dorian is now just crawling its way through the Bahamas. If you want to think about it this way, with winds that have been in the 150, 160, 170 mile per hour range, that's an F3 tornado. Normally with a tornado, the storm's here and it's gone in a minute. This is lasting a day and more. So just imagine how that's got to feel, how that's got to sound for the people who are still there, not to mention the tragedies that are unfolding. So with that, there is your storm. It is just as well defined as you could ever imagine seeing, with that just perfectly circular eye 12 hours ago. Now, as we've gone through today, the eye is slightly less well defined. It's still amazing to look at. 93 miles from Jupiter, Florida, give or take a mile or two. It's not moving at the moment. The pressure is coming up. If for no other reason, the atmosphere can't do something that extreme for that long. So it's got to weaken some with time, but still the outer bands beginning to affect parts of Florida. The hurricane warnings have now been extended up to the Georgia line. So the entire east coast of Florida from just north of West Palm all the way up past Jacksonville has the hurricane warnings. There's also storm surge to contend with. What the storm surge does, the hurricane out ahead of it just basically piles the water up so that what was sea level, all of a sudden now you're adding 5, 10, 15 feet to that, and then you put waves on top of it. And there are storm surge warnings that run all the way from West Palm now up into South Georgia, with storm surge watches on up into South Carolina. You're looking 4 to 7 feet, and I think that might be on the low end for some of these places depending on when it comes in relation to high tide. So again, all along the Florida coast, the beach erosion is just going to be horrible. And then you're talking about all the other stuff that goes with the hurricane. Category 3 storm by tomorrow afternoon. Still a major hurricane as it approaches the Space Coast there north of Melbourne. 125, still a 3, passing hopefully 50, 75, 100 miles offshore, but boy, it's going to be close. And then the storm begins to parallel the southeastern coast all the way up into the Carolinas, perhaps another landfall either in South or North Carolina as we work our way into the middle and end of the week. But a variation of just a few miles. If this thing ends up being closer to the coast, okay, bring all of this destruction in along with it. If it ends up being a little further out to sea, and boy, we hope that. Yeah, you've got all the problems on the beaches, but you miss some of the other adverse effects that go along with a hurricane of this size. And it is just a slow-moving monster. Tomorrow, for us, hottest day we're going to see for a while, and we get another step toward fall. So again, everything's focused on Dorian. Look at how the rest of the country essentially is blank. You got a system that's trying to get its act together in the western Gulf, some storms up in the Dakotas, but overall it's the big high pressure that will dominate our weather. And with time, what happens, we're going to see our weather dry out. So that one little storm that's over there, over toward Hazard, that is about it at this point. So let's get into your forecast for tonight. Clear, comfortable. Our lows will be in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, you're looking at a mostly sunny sky. Just a great late summer day. That's right, kids, you're going back to school and the weather's going to be terrific. We'll be in the upper 80s. You're looking at just a really, really nice weather week for us. So yeah, we can feel a little bit of guilt for the folks down in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas.
Yeah, feel a lot for them right now, certainly.
Thank you, Bill.